Kevin. We're speaking after another victory, a fourth consecutive win, but one you've been made to work hard for today. AFC Sudbury coming here and maybe surprising a few people. Probably not surprising you, but a 3-2 victory in the end.
Yeah, it's nice to win the game, as you know. A credit to Sudbury. They kept going. Full 2 down after 11 minutes. It's probably not an easy place away from home, but credit to them. They kept trying to play and do the right things, and they got some reward there soon after half time for a little bit of indecision from us. We didn't help our cause. I don't think. I think there's one or two. It became a little bit comfortable for them at times, and just started to drift away from the game a little bit. And yeah, that's I've got to be on them all the time, and as you know, I'm on the side there, and I'm always trying to keep people up to their work and doing the right things. And yeah, I do demand a high level out of all of them. But yeah, it's nice to win the game. It could have been, like I say, I think it could have been done in a slightly easier fashion, but 3 points is the main thing again.
Sure. Do you think possibly the absence of, I'm thinking maybe Fraser Kerr as the captain, as somebody who's an upholder of those standards, do you think that was perhaps a factor in that today?
Possibly. We'll all have our own opinion about who could have done better, or who done well, and everything else. Fraser's been fantastic for us, and was playing very, very consistently. The big part of us, keeping clean sheets along with all the lads really. And when you have to make the changes like we do, it's always there's that question mark that those players coming in have got to answer. And I think by and large they did. Was it as cohesive a performance as we'd like? I think there were passages where it was very good and we looked very comfortable, but equally, you've got to move the game away from the opposition and not allow it to, go into the last 10 minutes where you can potentially lose 2 or 3 points.
Yeah, I think the side today felt to me as if almost by default, because of the injury absences, had a slightly more attacking sort of like ball playing feel to it. And I suppose, I guess what we saw there is the difficulty in that striking that balance between being solid and being creative at the same time.
I think so. It's something you always, as a manager, I'm always searching for. Yes, I want to go and score goals, and we did score some good goals today, no doubt about it. But yeah, we could have scored more, and it could have been more comfortable. But you have to give credit to Sudbury. They're open, they're expansive, they take a little bit of a chance, and we've got to understand, just how to manage certain moments a bit better, and not allow any encouragement for the opposition to stay in the game. But there were some terrific passages of play. The opening passage for the up, back and through, Jordan winning the penalty for us. Fantastic move between Jordan, Kyle and Byron. Good moment. And then to stay on the gas and score a minute later. Delighted for Ty to come in and had to be patient for his time and opportunity. He's had a real solid game. So yeah, it's nice to get those lads in. Stefan getting off the bench, he's been really patient and would have wanted more minutes. It's nice to be able to again give them some minutes and still come through the game. And like I say, it's all a learning experience for all of us.
And when you speak about learning, and we always say that it is better to be able to learn those lessons off the back of victories rather than defeats. I suppose what you've got to bear in mind, in 2 weeks' time, we're away to AFC Sudbury, and I guess what their performance today might well have reminded the team is that's not going to be an easy game. Not
at all. And it is about being humble and respectful of the opposition that you face. You can't get too carried away with opposition's league position and think that you can just rock up and everything's going to drop into place. You have to be, right on it each and every moment, each and every game. The lads have been pretty consistent over this period. I think, like I say, there haven't been too many defeats over the last, whatever it is, 4 or 5 months. But equally, there's been some draws within there that, we all felt that we could have won those games and put a few more points on the board. So, yeah, look, I think we're progressing and we're learning and understanding and all the time trying to work hard as a group. And yeah, that gives me, and Mark, great heart that lads are like, they're like sponges. They want to come in and learn and understand and progress themselves. And yeah, it's important to have good lads like that in the club.
Sure. I think one benefit, one person who did come through, I think a fitness test before the game today, Remy Walker, we have to ask you about his winning goal. It was an absolute peach from where I was sat, and I'm sure it looked fairly good from where you were.
Yeah, brilliant. Listen, the goal's fantastic, and in fact, a great moment for him, very well deserved. I think outside of that, and when I'm looking in there, and we just needed kind of gluing together and still doing the right things. Remy was a big part of that. Kyle as well, and just Sam, Orin. When it just needed all holding together at certain times. That's what they've been able to do, and he continued to drive us forward. Remy in that area, he's a young man that's I think really moving forward in his game now, and really starting to thrive in being here. And like I say, he's one of those that hopefully we can continue to grow, and he can come up with more moments like that for us. He's a very capable young man, and as he gets that little bit stronger and continue to impose himself and learn in the game, what level he'll end up, is really down to him.
I suppose we ought to just close on injury situation. Probably a bit early to tell. I know that clearly with Fraser and some of the other injury absentees, obviously Nathan Fox is a bit more of a medium-term one, but as I understand it. But you take a look at things this week and see how it all falls for Alfred next week. Yeah,
like I say, Fraser had a fitness test prior to the game and wasn't quite right, and it was. We don't want to make that any worse at this stage. Hopefully, another week or so of rest and treatment. I'm hoping he won't be too far away. Ricardo, something similar. It's funny how it all turns around with pretty much a clean bill of health throughout the team last Saturday, and then, like I say, I think there was 3 come off on Tuesday. We lost Nathan last week, and having to adapt and adjust. And I think we, as I say to the lads in there, will be defined by how good we are as a 16, 18 man squad, whatever it is, not just the front 11, because like you say, injuries we've got to get over now, which every side has to. So it's important when lads get their chance and opportunity that are in a good physical shape and they've looked after themselves to go and take their moment and cement themselves in the side. And there's plenty out there that have done really well today and have done their chances no harm of staying in the side. Jared, is another one that, came right into the forefront of my mind for starting today, but unfortunately he's ill. Hopefully he gets over that and, he joins the group again for next week.
And I said final word, but of course we must mention the news we had yesterday about your extending your contract with the club for another 2 seasons. I guess one of the big things about that is it enables the club to plan. They know that they want you here, you want to be here, and in terms of the players knowing who's going to be here next season or whenever, that's a big factor. Yeah,
I've loved. Obviously, I didn't enjoy the outcome of last season. It was very challenging. The squad clearly wasn't good enough. We worked hard to bring good players and good people into the group that that hopefully there's enough of them out there that are on an upward curve. So I've enjoyed working here and the support I've had around me, and hopefully we are growing something. It's important to try and join it up with supporters, management, players, directors, everybody, and just so we're all on the same page and pushing for the same thing and that common goal. And like I say, I've really enjoyed my time here, and I do obviously want to bring that success back to the club. And there's hunger and a passion for me as old as I'm getting and grey as I'm getting to try and do that. And just loved. This season's been, like I say, totally different from last year. People really digging in for one another and working really hard and just, being really positive about all sort of situations. You don't get it all your own way every minute of the day, but there's been a real positivity within that group, and that's it's just nice and it's great fun when you can work together, win games, and everyone can share in those good moments. Today was another good moment. It's important that we regroup again for next week and try and do it all again.
Kevin, really appreciative of your time. Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you.